Hi everyone. Um, I hope it's okay with you if uh I skip my usual opening. Um, and I might not respond to chat a lot. Uh, to get it out of the way first, Sven's home and he's stable. Um, and I'm not graduating. I know those are the two things. The first one obviously being the main reason you're here, and the second one just whenever you see a VTuber talking about the future. That's the scary thing. Um, so I want to first say the reassuring things. Sven's doing okay. He's behind me right now, laying on my bed. He's very tired after everything. Um, I'll also upload this to YouTube right away. So um, there's there's a VOD. There'll be a VOD on Twitch too, but just in case people miss it and want to know, I wrote things down because I know in times like this I tend to ramble a lot and I want to be transparent about everything that happened, not because it's controversial, but just because I I want you to know I guess the severity of the situation. Um I, I wrote it all down. Uh at least the basic points. Sorry I'm saying a lot. I'm doing better than previously, but this last week was and continues to be very hard. So Sven, um, if you saw the last stream I did Friday with Kelly and Rin and RT, I had to leave very suddenly. Um, I was already starting to cry when I had to answer the phone on stream. I muted myself, but and all of them were very understanding that I had to leave suddenly. But the day previously, Sven suddenly started throwing up um, too much, and we got him an early morning vet appointment for the next day. It was for a drop off, so he was dropped off, and then I had stream. The rest of his behavior, except for the vomiting, was normal. He was cuddly, you know, he was active. So the severity of his situation, and because the vomiting came on so soon, it even the vets at the office said that if it wasn't for him throwing up, they wouldn't have been able to tell there was anything wrong because he was acting so normal. But in the middle of stream, B got the call back first that Sven had to be rushed to the hospital because he was entering renal failure. Um, and he, that's when I left immediately. We picked him up, and he was still bright eyed and meowing because he hates the car, but he was rushed to the hospital immediately. And his levels were off the charts high. Like, there's there's a substance in your kidneys called creatine. Um, and for cats, uh, their level should be around a 1, like at the highest 1.3. Um, and his was at 17, along with his potassium and his phosphate were crazy high. Um, so no one was able to figure out what happened. Um, he had to get a lot of testing done. A lot of things could cause it, but for a while we were thinking it could have been in an acute poisoning situation. But all his blood work and ultrasounds and whatnot, and we even gave them a list of our household cleaners and medicine people are on, and not it all came back as not being the cause. Um, it turns out he has a chronic kidney issue that wouldn't have been caught until something like this happened. Um, and he was going to have to be on fluids to flush his kidneys for 3 days. And on top of that, it was discovered he has a heart murmur, which on its own isn't a big deal, but the only treatment that could help him was fluids to flush his kidneys. And because of his heart murmur, it could overhydrate him and he could go into heart failure. So his chance of surviving was very, very low. And to top it off, we came home and they told us what it would cost to keep him to try and save his life. Um, and it was going to be $6,000 as the minimum that we would have to pay in order for him to get treatment. And I've been trying to save my money, but if it was a couple $100, it would have we would have been able to cover it. But it was 6,000, and I was denied any line of credit. And I don't think I've ever screamed or wailed as loud as my life as I did then, because it felt like I was gonna lose my buddy because I failed to keep a normal job. And I bring this up because I want to say thank you so much to a dear friend of mine who I've known for years and years, who ended up footing the bill for it, and for B's mom who put it on her credit card. It's it's not a small amount of money, and they were willing to do that to save Sven's life, even with the risks knowing that it might not work. Over the next 3 days, we were allowed to come visit him, and we were there pretty much the entirety of the visiting hours. Me and B both couldn't sleep or really eat because I didn't know if my buddy would come home. And he ended up, in order to have his best chance surviving at home, he had to stay a fourth day, which B's sister paid for. Almost $600 for a fourth day. I'm so glad he's home. But he has to be on he has to get an IV of fluids every day. and I have to check his vitals to make sure he doesn't go into heart failure. He has a medicine at morning and a medicine at night, and a special food that he has to be on for the rest of his life. And the specialist at the hospital said, with best case scenario, we get 3 to 5 more years with him, which is better than none, which is what it was looking like, but it still really hurts to have a number, but he's not gonna live to 20, which is already a lot for Cat, but he's 11 now. I was hoping we'd have a lot more time. So it's been very hard this week. Um, I have to. Part of taking a month off from this stream is not only to take care of Sven and make sure he's stable and well, but I also have to think a lot about what I'm gonna do from here on out. Because if it wasn't for the angels that I have in my life who were willing to help, um, if it was only up to me and what I could provide, Sven wouldn't be here. And so I have to make some hard decisions about what to do in the future, because I never want there to be a situation where the reason Sven doesn't live is because I didn't have the money. It's a very cruel situation to be in. um, I don't want to give up VTubing. I want to say that straight up. It's also like the only thing I'm good at. He's somewhat good at doing. It's also the thing that keeps me going. So even if I'm not able to provide content regularly going forward, I still want to be a VTuber. I still want to be everybody's Muleby. But I gotta take this month to think about what I'm doing in the future to help prevent something this bad from happening again. Because it's not just my life that I'm in charge of, it's Sven's too. So, um, I do want to say thank you a lot to everyone's really nice messages, um, and checking in on me, even if I couldn't respond. It, it means a lot to know I'm not having to handle this all alone, or that there's people who are waiting for me. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to properly express how grateful I am to everybody. Because in moments like these, when something so scary happens, you know, it reminds me of how much good that everyone has done and has improved my life and has done for me so that I can be happier. And I don't wanna I don't wanna give that up, I guess. Because that is one of the possibilities of how this plays out. Again, I don't want to graduate, but I might have to take a very long hiatus. But I don't want to jump the gun. I know I tend to move too fast in an emergency like this because I want things to be secure as soon as possible. But again, um, it's going to be a lot of thinking going forward. You're going to take a month away. No streaming. Um, probably probably no Discord or Twitter or any. I guess you could say MLB obligations, which also means our 4 year anniversary celebration is gonna be postponed. Um, I was I was really looking forward because there was a lot I had planned for for it because I really want to give back to everybody, but I don't think any of it's gonna be able to happen in time now. Because for those who might not know, everything that makes up my channel, my model, my overlays, the art, everything, um, is pretty much made exclusively by me and B. Um, Anything that comes to equipment has been funded by the kindness of my friends and the kindness of stars. So whenever we have a big project, it ends up being the bulk of the work is me and B, and sometimes a friend who's willing to volunteer their skills. Um, when something like this happens, all the projects get put on a hard pause. Um, and I'm very sorry about that. I I still want to do something to celebrate. Um, because despite everything that keeps happening and is continuing to happening, even outside of Sven, there's a lot of other things that are are slowly wearing me down. But in the face of all that, we've still made it to 4 years, and I think that's worth celebrating. So I'm gonna think about when we can reschedule. Um, I still want to do a hand cam stream to thank everybody for giving me the chance to go to AX. Even more so now because it's probably gonna be um, that trip is gonna probably be the last big thing that I'll be able to do for a while. And it was honestly so happy, such a good time, and I'm holding on to the pictures and the time I had there to help me get through these really stressful times. So I really still want to give back for that. Um, there's a lot of people who have outstanding commissions, uh, or I haven't been able to get back to because of everything, and I'm very sorry. I'm gonna try and get everything back in order so I can get back to you. I don't know what the future holds. I know what I want, but it doesn't necessarily coincide with the things I need. And so I gotta I gotta figure some stuff out while I'm on break. I'm scared. I'm scared because I don't really know what to do. sorry. Compared to the last time I had to take a really long break unexpectedly, I want to do better about keeping everyone up to date with what's happening. And while I can't tell you everything that's going on, um, I want to keep you in the know about when I can come back. When is the next time we could do something, or if I'm gonna have to be away longer than I expected. Um, if you, at least for this next month, if you wanna not renew your subscriptions, I definitely recommend it because I won't be making anything, and I don't want you to pay for nothing. I feel bad. You deserve nice things, but I'll try and keep you up to date on Sven. I'm very on edge about everything he does right now because we're not totally out of the woods. He's stable, but there's still so much that could go wrong. I'm not a very hopeful or optimistic person when it comes to these things, which but he's a real trooper. Um, Sweetest cat you'll ever meet. Even everyone in the hospital who met him agreed. um, sorry. I'm not. I wish I could have more of an answer about what it's gonna look like going into the future. But the best I could tell you for now is we're taking a month off, and then we're gonna see how it goes from there. If there's one thing I can ask of you guys while I'm gone, even if it sounds silly, is I hope you don't forget me. I know a month doesn't seem like a long time, and a lot of you stayed after I had to be away for a year, but I also know that time on the internet moves very fast, and a month is a long time in a VTuber world. So if I end up being gone for more than a month, I hope you still remember me, okay? Because I think about all of you a lot. And one of the greatest joys I've had over the last 4 years is finally being something I can be proud of. And that's being your Muleby. I am probably being overdramatic, but I do have a lot I have to think about. And it's very hard for me. Gosh, I'm trying really hard not to cry, but again, I haven't slept well. I think I'm getting sick because of the stress, so I'm a bit more weepy than I'd like to be. Um, I'm gonna miss you guys. It's only a month, but also it's a month, and my stars are the thing I look forward to every day. But I'm gonna try and take care of myself. Most importantly, I'm gonna try to take care of Sven, and I'm gonna try and figure out a way that I can make things work and still be your Myobi. Okay? Sorry. I've been crying a lot this week. I don't know what else to say. Thank you for being here. Not just today, but always. And thank you for still being here in scary times. And I think it's because scary times have happened that it's so important for me to tell you that I really appreciate you all. I love my friends, and I'm so thankful every day that I could exist at the same time they do. That everyone who has been kind to me, that I could know. So thank you everybody a lot. I'm gonna try and keep up to date as much as I can. And I'm trying to be brave for Sven. He's been taking his medicine really well. Even his IV. He sits and lets us poke him with the needle. And that's braver than I could be. I'm so scared of needles and tubes. I'm gonna keep rambling if I keep going. That's not good for anybody. I I cried a lot, but I want to let you guys know what's going on because I don't want to suddenly disappear again. I didn't I didn't like it the first time, and it wasn't fair to you guys. So um, we'll see you guys in a month, okay? Please take care of yourselves. Until then, I'm gonna take care of Sven the best I can. We've been cuddling a lot, so that's very good. He's very tired. I would be too. Thank you. I have been reading chat this whole time. I'm sorry I haven't been able to address it. I do see the messages, and I'm very thankful. Me and B are gonna do everything we can, and I hope I'll be able to come back exactly a month from now. Good news. Until then, um, please take care of yourself, because you're all very important to me. I talk about you, even offline. Like, oh, my star said this, or one of my stars did this, and I'm so proud of them. So keep holding on, keep twinkling, because I, I, I look in the sky and I see you guys. And you're my little lights when the nights are so dark. And I don't think you'll ever understand how important those little lights are to me. So I'll see you in a month. I'll let you know what we'll do for our anniversary. It's not gonna be on the anniversary, but we'll figure it out. I love you guys a lot. And I'll see you later, okay? Thank you for taking care of me and Sven and B. I love you. Bye bye.